If you're not gonna give me the cake, we can't be together. This whole movement is bullshit. They want to attack him along with Musa Winkosi. It's like it's no longer innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty, but you have to prove yourself to be innocent. If I were in Sfiso's shoes, he's not one of the smart ones. I did not sexually assault these girls. I just sexually harassed them. It sounds like he was manipulating these girls. We took this footage illegally. She didn't know that she was being recorded. I'm not saying that women should be raped. I'm saying that women should be aware that these things happen.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Local Threads. It's your host again, Lucky Chester. So in today's video, we're gonna dive deep into the sexual assaults, rape allegations. So before we dive into that, I just want to quickly introduce you to my co-host right here.
Oh, hello, what's up? My name is Casperson, and you guys know me from the previous video, and you know my thoughts on this as well. But today we're just gonna dive deeper into everything else. So yeah, let's do that.
100%, man. So yeah, I've seen this story which I want us to cover. It's from an student from Vets University, right? So I've been seeing some allegations of him that he sexually assaulted one of the students there, led her to an intercourse unwillingly. So what's your take on that?
I'm not gonna lie, because there's actually two guys. It's Fiso and the first one is Musa Winkosi. So which one are you talking about?
Well, the Fiso one, not the one you mentioned. Musa Winkosi was the EFF, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's dive into Fiso now, since the
let's start with Fiso.
yeah.
Okay. So you want my thoughts on that?
Yeah. Of course, opinion based.
Alright. So from what I've seen from Fiso, we don't know anything beyond the text messages. All we got was a PDF of screenshots that are exposing him. It's just him. So basically, in layman's terms, what it was just girls exposing a guy who was thirsty.
Yeah.
And thirsty is just a guy who was desperate to get laid. So what he did, or what he said to these girls was, if you're not going to give me the cake, we can't be together. That's what he said. Now they're calling him a perpetrator for that. A rapist. We don't know what happened beyond these text messages, we just don't know. So what I don't get is that everybody is so quick to attack. They want to attack him along with Musa Winkosi. So I feel like this whole movement is bullshit. I said it before, and I'll say it again. This whole purple movement is something that I cannot stand with or stand for, because why are we painting men as villains? It's like it's no longer innocent until proven guilty. It's guilty, but you have to prove yourself to be innocent. That's what I think.
Wow, that is very interesting, right? Because not only this can, put a bad image on the guy, it can also put bad images on men as well. Because how the perception of women is that guys are the villains, like you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
So if you were on his side, on his shoes, right, how would you perhaps prove yourself to say, hey, I didn't actually do it. This is what actually happened.
If I were in Sfiso's shoes. Yeah, well, I would say that, Sfiso seems like a guy who wouldn't do something like this. But I would say that he's not one of the smart ones. I'm not insulting him, don't get me wrong. It's just, he released a public apology video. And then he was talking about, he was putting himself, like, how do I say this? He was incriminating himself with that video. You know what he said? He said, I did not sexually assault these girls. I just sexually harassed them through text.
Is that even weird?
Like, that is crazy. It's crazy because you can't say one form of sexual harassment is better than the other one. It's not. Neither of them are better. But what I can say, if I were in his shoes, I wouldn't do that, number one. If I were to release a public video, it would be me saying that, hey, what I meant was, I want to have a relationship, but in that relationship, I want to have sex. If you can't give me sex, why are we dating? There's nothing wrong with that, because women, for decades, they've been saying that they want men who are straight up with them. And this guy was being straight up. Now, do I approve of his way of asking for it? No. Me as a guy, I know that we get laid,
Right.
but I never talk about it on WhatsApp. The girls that sleep with me, you can go through our chats. You are never gonna find a sex conversation you felt. So this guy, I would say, on his part, he just played it like a goofball. You don't talk to women about sex. I don't care how desperate you are. Sometimes that's why we say, like, follow, go with the flow. Going with the flow means that you let things happen naturally. So maybe that's why these girls feel like they've been essayed, sexually assaulted, because why? He did not go with the flow. To them, this thing did not happen naturally. It happened because he asked for it. And for him, it sounds like he was manipulating these girls. So I'm not saying he is wrong. It is good for you as a man to say, hey, I don't want to play games. This is what I want. But there are better ways of asking for sex. Yeah. And then the biggest one that caught my eye out of all these allegations was the one that there was this girl who wanted KFC food, whatever.
Right.
And then he said, if I give you food, are you going to sleep with me? Now, it sounds dumb, it sounds funny. But the truth is, if the girl was 18 and he was 27, we don't care about the age. The fact is that she can legally consent. She can legally give consent. So the thing is, this guy said, if I give you food, are you going to sleep with me? Now, the girl could have easily blocked him, could have easily ignored him.
Said no.
Even better. But she waited for this whole movement. She still went to his place. They slept together, and now she thinks that was sexual assault. For me, I see it as an exchange. And the best thing about this sexual exchange is that he was upfront about it. Think about those two girls who were murdered for drinking a man's 10K. They got married because a man had expectations. He expected to get laid after spending. He did not say a word about getting laid. He just expected. Sfiso, on the other hand, he said it way before he spent. So which one is better? A man expecting to get laid, or a man who says, I'm willing to give you my money, but not for free? Which one is better?
Wow, that's incredible. Well, I can't say which one is better. It will depend on how a person, how they lead their relationship with their significant other. But in this context of, the way I look at it, I'm like, it seems as there's a thin line between, like getting consent now. If it can't be verbal, right, or it can't be through actions, how could we now fruitfully communicate to say, okay, I am feeling you, and this is where I want you to be led. And I believe that women are smart enough to know which path guys want to lead them to, right? If it is through an intercourse, they know. But I guess how they play the game is on leverage, knowing that, okay, I'm a woman. If perhaps I don't like the guy, or maybe I don't get what I want from the guy, I can just say, hey, you raped me. Hey, I can divorce him, etc. So the way I look at it, I would say, yeah, it's awful how things are now. It's like now, how do we get consent legally and easier, right? Like, how should it be recorded? Should it just be a verbal interaction whereby we just have a consensual agreement? Like, how? Because these stories are gonna pop out and society is gonna be left not knowing what to do in such cases.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have an answer to the how, because even the Lord doesn't have an answer to the how.
Interesting.
If you come with video proof that hey, look at these videos, I slept with this girl and she was giving consent, they're gonna be like, okay, we see that you were clear for rape, you did not rape her, but you're still gonna get fined or arrested because why? you took this footage illegally. She didn't know that she was being recorded. With her. So you see, there's no getting out of this. It's a double-edged sword. Either way, a man loses. So I would say that I don't have an answer to the how. Because even if a girl says right now that, hey, I'm going to sleep with you, apparently, and I don't want to say apparently because it sounds like I don't agree with this. You know, she can say no. She's allowed to say no, and she should be allowed. She's allowed to say no, but in your bed while she's fully naked, fully clothed. Not fully naked. Yeah, fully naked. Yeah, fully undressed, fully naked. And she can be like, nah, I'm not feeling this anymore, I can leave. That's okay. But then remember, we live in a realistic world. I'm not saying that women should be raped. I'm saying that women should be aware that these things happen. And they themselves, they're the ones who have the power to stop this. We as men, dude, and if you, my guy, maybe you are a serial rapist, you're not going to tell me that. I'm not going to know that because you're not going to come hanging with us and say, yeah, I'm a rapist, I raped this girl. No, that's not what you're going to say.
True.
And these girls, they're going to say, every female knows a sexual predator, sexual predator, but these men pretend like they don't know their friends. It's not like you are gloating about this. True. So what I'm going to say is that these women, they have the power to end this. And it's not after it happens, it's way before it happens.
True.
Yeah, number one, a guy approaches you, you don't like the vibe, you feel that it's off. You feel something about your gut tells you that this guy is effed up. He invites you to his place. Like you saw these Facebook messages.
Yeah. You could tell he was leaving.
If I was a girl, dude, that shit was way too creepy for me. Everybody with like common sense would read those messages and be like, this shit is way too creepy for me. There was no flirting. It was just bullshit, dog.
Yeah.
But these girls, they still decided to go to his place. Why? Why did they go to his place? They could have just said, no, do not go to his place or meet publicly. To avoid all these things, I'm telling you, women have the power to stop GBV, sexual assault, way more than men can. So these women, they just want these rights, these benefits without the actual responsibilities. Because I can tell you that for every reaction, there was an action. If you kill my mom, you best believe that I'm gonna kill your mom, your dad, and your children. No, think about this.
I get you.
Women. If women disagree with this point, then I'm gonna proudly say to this camera right here that is gonna get me cancelled that women are dumb. Why? Because women act like they don't know what they're doing. If you live with the man and you get pregnant by another man, your wife gets pregnant by my kid, but then she leads you to believe that that kid is yours. You raise this kid for 18 years, and then boom, after 18 years, you find out that the kid is mine. Obviously, you can't do shit about it. At that point in time, there's nothing you can do about it. Time is already passed. You can't start over. Now you're falling deep into depression mode, and the natural instinct is to what? Get your revenge. And what is that going to be? It's not going to be something that is equal. You're not going to cheat back and get somebody pregnant. You're going to do something that is 10 times way more painful to her. And in most cases, it's what? Death. Because you feel played. You feel like everybody else knew, but only you didn't. I'm not justifying the killing. I'm just saying that these women, sometimes the killing is caused by them. We as guys, we know that if I punch you right now and you don't react, there's a chance that in the future, sometime in the future, you're going to get your get back. And I'm always going to be alert. When you are around me, I'm not going to be comfortable because I know that I did something to you and you did not react. So you could be holding that grudge inside you.
That's true.
So why do women act like these things that they do, they shouldn't have any consequences? She's on the phone with 15 guys and they always flex this on Instagram. She's like, I have a guy who sends me money, pays my rent. The other one is just for sex. The other one is 5 guys. So now, out of these 5 guys, you think these actions of yours, they don't have consequences. One of these guys is crazy enough to be like, you know what? I love this bitch. I love this girl like crazy. And if I can't have her, no one else will. The Lord doesn't allow that. But who's going to stop a broken-hearted man? Because the cops can't.
Yeah.
The cops cannot. We cannot. It's going to get to you. And by the time you try to tell us about it, it's going to be way too late. So I'm telling you, the people who have the power to stop these things from happening, GBV, women, they can just choose to be the people who say no. Like the other day, I was Goma Petra Park.
Right.
I was walking my girl Goma Petra Park, and these guys, they were like, they were kept calling her whistling and shit. I'm walking with my girl. It's about 5 guys there. I'm a part, dog. I'm telling you, like junkies, kept calling my girl. She wanted to reply and insult them. I said no. Just let them be. Why? Because these guys, they're not catcalling her because they want to date her or get her or take her from me. They want to see my reaction as a guy so that they can just gang up on me. They are bored, they have nothing to do. So if I reacted or my girl reacts and she's like, whatever shit, she replies to them, she's giving them the power to do what? Feel offended and say, they slapped her and then now I have to get stabbed by 5 guys. You see. So I can say that I played it well in that situation, and I'm telling you, girls, they want to look tough, they want to be tough in this world, and they forget that, you know what, there are some men who are just not okay here, as much as there are women who are not okay here. The truth is, the world is not a perfect place, it's not a utopia. If for everything that you do, there's gonna be a reaction. Now these guys, sometimes it's bait. My girl was not in the wrong. She was just an attractive girl. She is an attractive girl. The thing is, these guys are baiting us. They have nothing to do. They want to see how we're going to react. And then she wanted to reply, meaning she would have taken the bait. And then I would have been killed or maybe in hospital or whatever you felt. So I'd say that the people who can stop this is like women. Because at the time, they didn't do shit. We just kept on walking. I came back, I passed them, and they did not say anything. They had lost their power. So women can stop this thing, dog.
Now, those are very interesting points you made there. And sharing a personal story to also pressurize your point to say that, women could definitely play a big role. So essentially, this women's change, would you say how they're going about it, it's not the right way? Would you say instead of them trying to apply pressure on the government to say, okay, this is a natural disaster, I believe they should take self-accountability. Would you say so, perhaps?
Yeah, I think they should do both. It is a natural disaster. Because, I'm rooting for the women who come back home from work and they get sexually assaulted. Those women, they're the ones who this change is supposed to be about. Because those ones, they did not put themselves in these positions. You're just walking from work to home, and then boom, somebody just attacks you. That one is just so heartbreaking. But if a guy invites you to his place, you go there, your family doesn't know where you are, your friends don't know where you are. If you die or you get abducted, how are we supposed to know where to find you? If sometimes just think logically, forget about how this guy made you feel. The first date should not be indoors. I may be a hypocrite because I've had some of my first dates indoors. But the truth is, had something happened to those girls, as much as I would blame myself, and it would be rightfully so, they should also take accountability. You know why? Because you went to a stranger's house. Stranger's house. Dude, how many people come into your house daily and say, we want to check if there's anybody's in here?
No, none.
Nobody ever walks in your house. So that's the thing. If somebody decides to abduct you and kill you and keep you there, there's nothing anybody can do. So have just when next time you're talking to a guy, emphasize on the fact that you want your first date to be outdoors. Get to know him better. And I don't mean get to know him through WhatsApp or whatever shit you feel. So what I would say is that sometimes do not put yourselves in these positions. Like, for example, I never attended a single party where you were not there. And people think that maybe it's because no, B1 gets you or some shit. No. It's not that. It's more mainly about trust. It's not that I don't trust my guys, the ones that we throw these parties with. It's the fact that I trust you more. If I'm comfortable enough to know that if B is here, I can get as drunk as I want. I can even sleep on the floor because I know that my guy would not let a single thing happen to me. He would not. Like, if I were to pass out, you would take my phone and put it in your pocket. If my wallet, and I'd still find everything perfect in the morning. So if you're not there, who do I trust, or who should I trust to do that? And when I don't have somebody that I can say, yeah, I trust this guy now, then I just I cannot attend that party because my anchor is not there. It's like that.
I get you.
Yeah, and these women, I'm like, dude, it's not ideal for you to go on a first date with your best friend. You know, sometimes they take their best friends and be like, since B Chester, you want to go on a date with me, I'm coming with my friend. No, that one is not ideal because then now it's like, why do you want me to pay for two people? It's crazy. Yeah, but it is beautiful for you to say, hey, my friend is going to be there, but at a different table. Or I shared my location with other people, stuff, just so you know.
Yeah.
And do not go to his place. Just first date, if you want to sleep with the guy or a guy wants to sleep with you, rather go to a guest house or whatever, where movements can be tracked, and you know for a fact that if you wanted to do something, you'd have people. You'd have people who are there to like act now. Safety precautions, man.
That's true. That is definitely true. So yeah, I guess you also did touch upon like how they should definitely take accountability, which I do agree with you on that part, right?
Yeah.
But now, with the issues at hand regarding this student, which is Fiso, right? So, given that he's an engineer, I think he studied engineering, right?
Yeah, he does engineering.
Oh, he does engineering. That's dope. So these students, just to get it right, so these were his fellow students from the same campus.
Yeah, apparently, like first years, not sure. I think so.
Yeah. Because I saw a few screenshots. They definitely seemed gullible, right? And like you said, it was like no emotion behind the text. Exactly. It was cold. And like now you just wonder the thoughts that went to these girls' mind. Would you say perhaps they were that naive, or they just ignored the red flags?
I'd say both.
Yeah.
I'd say both, man, because dude, I mean, this also works for job interviews. If think about this, if you got a shady email, somebody telling you that pull up to an interview, and your guy is telling you that this is just not right, man. Do you go there even when you're desperate for a job?
You
don't go there because you're like, no professional company would write an email like this.
Yeah.
So but that's another thing. I wouldn't trust Fiso. I'm not saying he did these things, but from the way he was texting, he was just so cold, dog. No emotion whatsoever. It's not that he was excited. It was like, reading those chats, it felt to me that sex for him is like a ritual, not something to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because how do you ask for sex like that? It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I'd say these girls, they were too gullible. And if it was love, it can't be love, dude. It was just, and they have to take accountability for that, because what do you mean somebody texted you like that and still you showed up to his place? First date.
And he made his intention felt through text. So meaning they went there with the thought that possibly this guy's intention will want me to be to sleep with him. Yeah, so I don't know. I'd say some part of me is kind of be like, maybe they had also like bad intention to like wanna incriminate him if he does something bad just to benefit.
You know what I think, ne?
Yeah.
Let me be honest with you. I don't think Spiso raped these girls. I think Spiso is just emotionally unavailable. Let me explain, ne? Spiso texts the girl and he's like, you know what, pull up to my place. I have money, I have whatever shit. Pull up to my place, we're gonna have sex. She pulls up, they have sex. Maybe she enjoys, maybe she doesn't. We don't care about that. She pulls up. And then Spiso texts another girl next week. He's like not emotionally attached to one girl. And these girls, they felt played. They feel like, why? Why did like he just sleep with me and then just disregard me, discard me like that? If discard me like that, so now with this whole purple movement, they feel like it's time to get their get back. And remember, I said it on that previous what's this? Previous episode.
Yeah.
I said, I'm telling you, a lot of innocent guys are gonna get in trouble with this shit. Because now these girls, every single girl who hates you can now just post a picture of you. And so I also say that, you know what? Here's something that men don't do. And men are dumb for this. If I woke up tomorrow and I saw my picture trending, rape, Carl Casperson is a rapist, I'm telling you, the first thing I'm doing is not going to be a public apology or whatever shit. First of all, I'm calling my lawyers, dude. I'm calling my attorneys. That's the first thing. The second thing, dude, I need to fucking sue whoever the fuck is doing that. Because then what do you mean I raped you? You don't have proof. And then another thing that he's not doing that he was supposed to do, the screenshots are already out there, and these screenshots are incriminating him. He should also expose his own PDF where he's incriminating this guy, saying, hey, actually, here's the part where we flirted. Because all we saw was the part where he didn't flex, the cold emotional text. What about the ones like the initial text where they were actually flirting?
Yeah, when it's kickstarted,
Yeah, when it kickstarted, we want like to get the first, hey, release those, and then maybe you can clear your name. If maybe you are embarrassed because maybe you sent your dick pictures there, you sent your whatever, but release those because the damage has already been done.
And it's big.
It's big, but it's only on him. So now the only way to protect yourself is to like do the Eminem effect. You know, you remember 8 Mile? Eminem dissed himself so that this other guy could not diss him. So I would do that. I would hate myself so that I can hate the other person more. And say, hey, look at this girl. She was playing this game. She was playing ball. We were talking about sex, and here's the part where she was also interested in this sexual thing. So that we can understand that, hey, it's not just you, bro. It's not just you who was interested in this sexual thing. She was also in it. But then she only chose to expose these chats where it was just you. You get what I'm saying? Now I would release that. If they're incriminating for me, then so be it. As long as they're getting me out of trouble in the justice system, you know what? Tell yourself that fuck what people think. If I'm a simp, I'm a simp. And personally, I do believe that Spiso is like the biggest simp. Okay, he's like the second biggest simp. The first biggest simps are the ones in the comment section. You know, if you go to like this purple movement, whatever shit, you go through the comments and then you find somebody who's smart. Let me say smart. This guy or girl is going to say innocent until proven guilty or something along those lines. And then you find a dumb ass. Usually it's a Zulu person or they just speak Zulu. A dumb ass. They're going to say, I saw that shit, dude. I saw that shit. I was like, okay, there's no reasoning behind this. Because what do you mean Munduako when somebody is saying something that actually makes sense? If this person is saying innocent until proven guilty, you are a guy, I'm a guy. What if your ex-girlfriend decides that, shit, Chester broke my heart and I never got him back for that. I want to get him back and this is my chance because women are supporting women. So let's just go. Dude, I'm telling
That's
you
true.
now.
They can go like nuclear now. It's like, and you are right. I would say with this movement, it's kind of like a platform for them to just incriminate all the guys that these girls hate.
It is, dog, it is. And another thing that I can confidently tell you right now is the fact that these people, they just It's a trend. Remember, I said it a week ago. It's fucking crazy. I said this a week ago. I said this shit is not a movement, it's a trend. Guess what? White people, white females to be specific, they joined. If you go through your TikTok like today, what you're gonna see is a bunch of videos. You know what? I feel like I'm gonna put them on screen so people can see.
The petition was rejected, and to make matters worse, it was rejected by a woman.
Of course, a petition for GBV against women gets rejected by another woman.
They all have the same hook text. If a hook text is like this text that is on screen, you feel that you need to read it, and there's the same background sound. Background sound. So what happens is that these girls and these guys who are using this shit to trend, what they're doing is that they write, dude, I can say this shit word for word. They say POV, this whole movement was rejected, the whole petition was rejected by a woman. And every single time I go into the comment sections, there's somebody who said it was rejected by a man but communicated by a woman. They don't want to hear none of that. They just want to trend. And they keep pushing the narrative that it was rejected by a woman. So people don't want to listen. They just want to trend. I'm telling you, if these people do not march, if they don't do what they said they were going to do on the 21st, this whole shit is going to die down. And by December 16th, everybody would have forgotten that it ever happened. I made a video talking about the Toto case. You remember the Toto case?
Yeah.
The little kid who was
raped.
I don't want to say allegedly because people seem to be sure, but I'm just going to say allegedly because I'm not sure. Who was allegedly raped? I never followed through enough to like know about what's up. So the thing is, everybody was like, it's the principal. Until the principal gave out his samples and they were like, shit, it's not a match. And everybody was like, oh shit. Now who do we blame? Then it just died down. To this day, the hype, if they even found the guy who did it, the hype is not like, the hype was not enough for us to find out the way we found out that she was allegedly SA'd. So what I'm going to say is that, how do I put this? These people, they're doing it to trend. Yeah, they're doing it to trend. Your girl, maybe she loves attention. She's not getting it from you. She's not getting it from other guys as much as she used to. Now she's going to be like, B did this to me. Chester did this to me. I'm telling you, dude, like the thing is, it's not safe for us guys. And the problem is that guys are giving women so much power. You know, another crazy thing that I hated today, some girls, they were saying, women should, the president should be a woman. Now, I don't need you to agree or disagree with me. I'm saying the president should not be a woman. Why? Because women can't make logical decisions, dude. It's not even misogyny on my end. It's the truth. I've experienced a male principal. I've experienced a female principal, and I can tell you that the school that I went to, where there was a male principal, dude, everything was in line, dog. But the school that I went to, where there was a female principal, dude, a lot of people got killed, a lot of people got stabbed. The boys that were smoking weed, girls having sex in classes and shit. I'm telling you, dude, I saw that shit. And it kind of made, at the time it didn't make sense. I thought, kids are just kids. People do this shit because it's who they are. But the truth is, sometimes the leader, dude, there's something wrong with the leader. So a woman should not be president. Why? Because women these days, they think that confidence is dressing in revealing clothes. Women these days think that confidence is wearing less clothes. I mean, how would you want somebody like that to be president?
That's true. I mean, it is concerning because sexualizing themselves. And then they pretend that they don't know they're sexualizing themselves. They go on IG and post screenshots of guys' DMs. You know these guys who say, I'd fuck the shit out of you.
And then she posts this shit, like she didn't just post a picture of her ass out there. We're not saying that these guys are doing, what these guys are doing is right, but we are saying that if you portray, if you put yourself out there as something to be fucked the shit out of, then those are the comments you're gonna get. If it's not a coincidence that these girls who are educated lawyers who cover themselves, it's not a coincidence that these girls, they don't get these DMs. Maybe they do from time to time. I mean, we as guys, we get those DMs as well. I get these DMs from girls and they be like, "You are fine as shit." But I don't care enough to post about that shit. I don't post that shit. Because why? You have the option to simply block.
True. But they choose to entertain.
Yeah. But initially, before you can start blocking people, check how you're presenting yourself. You need to dress how you want to be addressed. If I go to Gojozi right now, and I see some girl on the sidewalk, thong, fishnet, and maybe I want to buy, you know what you're buying, I'm going to assume that she's selling because of how she's dressed. If she starts insulting me and she's like, I'm not a hooker, I'm going to be like, oh shit, so confused. If maybe my bad for not realizing that you're not one of them, but you're dressed like one of them. If you are wearing a rags, dog, and you are chilling or chilling with crackheads, and then somebody is like, hey, I'm a para. You can't say I'm not a para. You are dressed like them. You are there, dog. Yes, sir. Like sometimes dress how you want to be addressed. You want us to respect you, you have to start by respecting yourself. If you think confidence is showing your ass on social media, then something is wrong with you. Yeah, even for us guys, I'm telling you, it's cool that we work out, we want to be shirtless and stuff. But is that all we have to offer? Is that all we should have to offer? If I'm a guy who works out, there was a couple of pictures I took with my shirt off. I actually took down a lot of them on my Instagram because I was like, this is not how I want to present myself. If I want somebody who doesn't know me, when they check out my stuff on IG, I want them to think, damn, this guy knows his shit. This guy is so smart. Not, this guy is so hot. Cover those abs. Nah, I don't want that, dog. You see what I mean? So yeah, present yourself how you want to be addressed.
Yeah, gotcha. So regarding the false accusations at hand, regarding
false rape accusations.
Okay. How do we tackle that at hand?
I think that one, it's not going to be an easy thing to tackle, but I have a few ideas.
Okay, what would Sfiso implement, perhaps, if he's listening and watching this video?
Sfiso, I don't know what I can do for you, dog. You kind of dealt yourself a bad hand. If okay, you know what? We'll get back to Sfiso. Let me just talk about the issue overall, the false accusations. What I think should happen when it comes to false accusations, I feel like every girl who has ever lied about a guy or who will ever lie about a guy, he needs to be incarcerated, prosecuted. We need to have a consequence for these girls because they are too comfortable. They are so comfortable. Dude, here's what we don't want. We don't want somebody ruining my reputation, and then tomorrow when she's like, I lied, and then everybody's okay with it. She's like, nah, maybe I'm hating and whatever. Yeah, fuck that bitch. Fuck the fact that I can hate you, the dog. This does not justify the fact that she kind of almost ruined my life. And for some guys, there are guys in prison right now who were falsely accused.
True. I had some even committed suicide, man.
Yeah, and there was a guy, there was a screenshot I saw about a guy who actually killed himself because some girl lied about him. And then 4 years later, she came out with the truth, confessed. Guess what? The guy was already dead. 2, nothing happened to this girl. Nothing. So, what exactly are we fighting for here? Like, this women for change. You're telling me that women are getting killed. Women know why they're getting killed. But we as men, sometimes we don't know why we are being falsely accused. Yeah. But we as men, man, my ex could just wake up and say, Carl raped me.
Yeah.
Like, that's the possibility of this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I want women are fighting for gender equality, but men are not fighting for gender equality. There's a lesson there. It means that women know that men are superior. And I'm not saying that men are superior, but if I want to be treated the same as you, it means I'm confirming that your treatment is better than mine. If I say I want to look like you, it means that I am confirming that you are better than me. So when women say that they want to be treated the same as us, it means that they are confirming that our treatment is way better. And I can tell you right now that the treatment that we get from society is not better than the ones that females get. When women talk about bad treatment, usually it has everything to do with sex, like sexualization and stuff. Like, ask a girl, show me a picture of you living your best life. Oof, guess what? She's at a club. She's at a club with her friends drinking martinis there. It's never about something as dope as, oh shit, here's a picture that I took with my family. Here's a picture of me graduating. This was the best moment of my life. No. Why does it have to be something that has to do with wholeness? I don't want to say that we. Let me just say wholeness. Yeah, it's like I just don't get why women want to be treated the same as us when they themselves treat each other like trash and they treat themselves like something to be disposed of. I mean, if you come to me as a slut, I'm gonna treat you as one.
True.
It's the same thing with guys. If a guy came to me and said, Carl Copaponto, like 2 rands, Carl, can I get 2 rands? In my head, like the respect that I had for you, the little respect that I had for you before you asked me for that amount of cash, 2 rands, it's just gone. One feeling. I don't have that respect for you anymore because you showed me that you are the type of guy who swallow his pride for something as small as 2 rand. You know, sometimes as a guy, you need to have that pride. Be like, I'm broke, but broke enough to like try to work my ass off to get that next bag. You see, dude, on my broke days, thank God I don't have to be broke anymore. I'm not broke now. Yeah, because you never know what tomorrow holds. But during my broke days back in high school, dude, I had so much pride. I would eat chopped chips. If 2 rand chopped chips during lunch was like 1 hour in our times. And I would starve the whole day. But I never went to a friend of mine or somebody and said, can I get this? Can I get that? Because as a man, what do you have if you don't have pride? But it's the same thing with these girls, but I'm telling you. If you want to like be respected, you start by respecting yourself. Giving out numbers and stuff to every single guy that you meet. And there's this other trend that like, not a trend that they mean. These girls, they say, I gave him my numbers, my real numbers, because I feared that if I didn't, he would kill me. But I'm like, okay, we get why you did that, but why did you text him when you got home? You give him your real numbers, he calls you on the spot, you realize the numbers are real, cool. You get home, why not block and delete? You still like, block and delete, bro. If the initial act was to protect yourself from a violence that could occur right now, which is okay, but now why are you still texting that same guy who you were supposedly protecting yourself from?
Sounds contradicting.
It is contradicting. You know what? But if there's more we're going to cover it in the next episode. But now we can just say that. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Carl Casperson. This is Local Threads. This was Local Threads. So yeah, we're going to see you guys.
On the next video, man. So yeah, if you reached this far out, make sure you guys like and subscribe and comment down below what you like and what was the interesting points that we shared today.
Yeah, and what you would like us to talk about next, if
100%.
waving.
I'm a la 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 loner. La 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 loner. Every time I try to fit in, it ends up in misery, yeah. Socializing doesn't fit me, but I can get away so easy.